Okay, so if you hear any noise in the background, there's like a thunderstorm going on here right now, which because the weather sucks here in Colorado. And another thing is that I didn't know the Sinister Syndicate was a real thing in Marvel Comics. Like I thought it was just something unique made for the Spider-Man ride. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, guys, if you haven't read the stream title, I am of course reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So, so I was originally going to make this a full-on video for I was originally going to make this a full-on video. I was originally going to make a weekly show reviewing movies that just came out. Then I figured out that it was way too much work to edit stuff from the content I really wanted to make. Plus, the sole purpose of why I'm on YouTube is money, stuff like that. But hold on, let me pull up my notes real quick. So yeah, there was a current viewer here a second ago, and yeah, just and I might as well just review an animated movie because, being an animation reviewer is the only way to be a conformist on YouTube. But hey, But yeah, in all seriousness, the content I really want to make is retro content. And, I'm doing this video. So initially, I was pessimistic about seeing Across the Spider-Verse. The main reason being is because of a few things. Now, first off, the trailer had a couple of questionable stuff, such as there was like a Black Lives Matter pin and there was like a Protect Trans Kids flag in the background in the trailer, and I didn't really like it. So the trailer turned me away instantly, day one. I know I didn't give it a shot, so I decided I wasn't going to see it because anything that has anything political in it, I just boycott. So yeah, However, I decided to go see the movie anyway because people were begging me to do it, and I loved it. But yeah, and all the political stuff in the trailer are all minor. Like, they're all in the trailer, they're all in the background, and that's it. Yes, there's the disabled lesbian Spider-Girl that just debuted, which is just stupid, but hey, stuff like that. And, alright, I'm gonna start off with the positives here real quick. Now that I have my notes, because this was originally going to be a full-on scripted video, I am just gonna, let's just make fun of this movie for being different. Anyway. Now, first off is the animation. The animation, just like the first film, is really good, if not better. There's a lot of well-animated scenes, the best ones being Gwen's scenes. There's so much animated scenes. I know it sounds like It sounds like I'm speaking through an opera that a 5-year-old wrote, but this is like an earlier draft. There's so much animated scenes that are good depending on which universe or which character. And now the characters. Gwen and Miles are the most fleshed out characters in the movie. Gwen in this film is well written. You kind of get misty-eyed in some scenes revolving around her character and her relationship with her version of Peter and her dad. Miles is 10 times better than in the comics. Now, to be fair, I've never been a fan of the multiverse concept in general. I'm not a fan of a lot of these spider people, spider theys, spider whatever. Don't give a shit. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, never mind. So like I hear Miles in the comics is just a copy and paste of Peter Parker, which I just discovered that when I was replaying the Spider-Man video game because he is the exact same character. They have the same personality, and the only difference is that he has different powers, and they're basically turning him to God. So yeah. Anyway, and Miles is better in this movie because he has a dynamic with his parents. Uh, he has an interesting arc about him not supposed to be Spider-Man, stuff like that. My favorite character in this movie is Miguel O'Hara. Now, I'm probably going to get a lot of feedback because I'm a comic book nerd myself. I barely know anything about Spider-Man 2099. Fuck off, YouTube. Anyway, I don't know anything about Spider-Man 2099 in the comics, but I will say this. I could see why so many people like Spider-Man 2099, because he's quite different from all the other Spider-Men. He has a different personality, he has different powers, he has different weapons, and he has a different set of grief. He's an interesting character. Like, if anything, I think he should have been the main character in a lot of these movies instead of Miles Morales and stuff like that. There's also Spider-Punk and Spider-Man India, who act like so many guys I know in my high school. If only I was one of them. Anyway, I was worried that Spider-Punk was going to be a racial stereotype because of the voice actor and the name, because I thought it was related to rap. Uh, I never heard of Spider-Punk until recently, but he's more of a British counterculture punk rock dude, which I don't know that any of that part of history. But he's also the best animated character in the film. Like, he has good animated parts. I kind of wish that they never showed his face, because like when he was first introduced, they were hinting at him not showing his face at all, which I kind of wish they would have still gone with that. Also, Spider-Man India. His jokes aren't really that good, and I like the idea of New York being a alternate universe Indian place. Dear God, I would love to know the history behind that alternate reality. And does that mean Indians have to feel ashamed of themselves instead of white people? Because I swear to God, that's gonna trend on Twitter in the future. And if it does, come to me and tell me that I called it. Anyway, now the weakest characters of the movie: Jessica Drew and Peter B. Parker. The main reason these are the weakest characters in the movie is because is mostly because you could cut them from this movie without changing a damn thing. Jessica Drew barely does anything in this movie. I was originally against the race bending in this film, but I've grown to not care about it because of this film in particular. But the fact that she's a pregnant superhero is really stupid. Seriously, all the dangerous stunts you do and all the web swinging, like, you're basically putting your baby in danger. This is not me being a white male patriarch. This is me telling you that this is for the sake of your unborn child. Next up, Peter B. Parker. The running joke with him and his kid is fine, but I don't like how he wears a pink robe and pink slippers. And I also don't like that he also brings his baby into dangerous situations, because, you know, you could always leave your stupid child at home, like with your wife, like stuff like that. So yeah, they did a lot of emasculation with Peter Parker, and I didn't like it. So yeah, that's pretty much a lot I had to say about and finally, I'm going to talk about the ending. The ending, while you could see it coming, is actually pretty decent. Like, it's more of a good cliffhanger. Like, you know, it's an alternate reality where Spider-Man never existed. It's the alternate reality where the spider that bit Miles came from. It's the alternate reality that where Miles becomes the Prowler instead of Spider-Man. And this is one of my main flaws of this movie. Like, I know this is a rights issue and anything, but in context of the movie and in context of the current film universe, like in context of the current state of the Marvel movies, the whole thing about superheroes not existing in a alternate Spider-Man universe doesn't really make any sense. Fuck off, phone. Doesn't really make any sense. The reason why is because like, you know, oh, there's now tons of alternate realities, there's now tons of multiverses, and like I don't even think rights issues would matter anymore. Like I'm pretty sure are you sure this universe doesn't have their own version of Doctor Strange or Iron Man or hell, in new characters' sakes, the Fantastic Four? But hey, you know. So yeah, that's all I had to say about Across the Spider-Verse. And hope this gives me a good buck.